Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and ASL junkies. What I'd like to bring to you tonight is, or actually tomorrow morning, because I'm most likely going to publish this Saturday morning as usual. Um, a quick overview of captured weapons, and with an example of how to best capture weapons and what you can do to avoid getting weapons captured. It's all in the rules. Plus, an overview of Lent weapons. Now, we all know about Lent, at least that's the most famous example, but Squad Leader covers a couple of other examples that you may have not known about. But right from the get-go, with with the Finns and Beyond Valor, you do have examples where um, you have allies using the same weapons without any captured use penalties. It is the complete opposite when you're studying the history of Greece in World War II. After the British came to support their Greek allies, they unfortunately did not bring enough arms of British quality to the Greeks. More or less the challenges that Ukraine is facing these days with having to borrow weapons from the West in order to succeed against Russia. Greece had relied mostly on weapons that were from countries that were already beaten by Nazi Germany. So I believe Poland was a good supplier of aviation. France and Belgium, uh, to name a few, um, were suppliers of weapons for Greece. And unfortunately, to the best of my knowledge, the British did not bring along um, their uh, brand of weapons that the Greeks could use. Had they done that, the outcome might have been different. And the other thing I want to share with you, so that's the Lent Lent uh, Lent weapons and allied weapons. It's like the old expression, "A friend in need." I said, "A friend in need is a friend indeed." Yeah. Okay. And the other thing I want to share with you is my secret to how I roll in in um, Squad Leader. And recently in a starter kit game, I rolled an average of 6.66 on all my rolls. I know statistically it may not make sense, but I didn't study statistics. So here's my secret, guys. This is Blair's, and this is not sponsored by this company at all. This video, it's Blair's After Death sauce, and there's various degrees of heat, and we are at this level here. And there after death, there's sudden death, mega death, and ultra death. Highly recommended. What you do is take a bottle, open it up, okay, pour a teaspoon. This stuff is get some more. There we go, and down the hatch. That tasted good. Now we'll see if the evidence collaborates here with the example that we're going to do. So captured and lent weapons. Let's go to the next slide, guys. Yep, I'm going to turn off my video capture. There you go. Almost any weapon except radios can be captured by recovery. With respect to recovery, you need to keep in mind A21.1 and A4.44, and I'll tell you why. Now, what happens when you capture your nice brand new shiny German machine gun or brand new shiny Russian machine gun? The B number and the X number decrease by 2 due to lack of familiarity, and that rule reference is alpha 21.11. Your rate of fire decreased by 1. You must use the red to hit numbers. That's something we often forget. And a plus 2 DRM to all to hit rules. And that plus 2 DRM is addition to any other uh, cumulative DRM for inexperienced and whatnot. Do not forget non-qualified use and SMC heroic attributes. Those also apply. So here comes the situation, the example of captured use, right? Let's see if we can see that now. Here's the audio capture. I'm back. All right, so here what we got is a um, a squad with a MMG, a 548 adjacent to him, and we have a total of 6 firepower factors here, another 6 there. We can either opt to roll 3 times or fire group these guys and fire here once. So what we'll do is we'll roll with Mueller here, a 6 up 1. See what that gives us. Well, the dice did not collaborate. What do we got here? We got a total of 9 on the 6, which is not good. And we look at the IFT table, if we did a 12, that would have been only a normal. Well, at least it tastes good, that sauce. Now let's do an 8 up 2. And this is 5 firepower factors. It's a wooden building, so 8. We're going to use the 8 table up 2 for the protective DRM for the wooden building. So let's do that. 10, that also is nothing. Now for the sakes of this example, let's say I rolled for a morale check and he rolls a 1 check, so we need 6 or less. Passes. The devil's in the details, guys. Alright, let's say he broke. And this is 5 portage points. Break. Now he has to route and leave his 5 portage point weapon behind because it's too heavy. It's greater than his IPC. So once he gets out, boink, he routes back to the leader. This fellow advances in the rally phase. He has to roll a 1d6. And if it's anything but a 6, he gets it. Now if this fellow here was CX, he would have to add 1 to his dice roll for recovery. In this case, everything went hunky-dory, except my dice rolls. I was hoping for some snakes. And whatever happened didn't happen. Now let's say the 548 was down here, and the situation was a bit different, okay? The situation was like this. Break, unbreak. All right, and Dubovic was with the LMG, and what happened was, further to the German fire, this dude breaks, but the leader does not. What happens then? What happens then, at the moment that this fellow has to route, the leader can opt to route with the broken squad or capture or recover the MMG, rolling again a 1d6 and rolling anything but a 6. There you go. And what can happen is the leader captures the MMG, and this fellow routes away, and that's another use for a leader. So that's capturing. Now, how about the friend in need is your friend indeed, the Lent weapons. Let's do a quick overview of that. I've only spoken for 8 minutes. Guys, it's going to be a short video, and after this, I'm probably going to take my family up north for a nice autumn walk up north here in Quebec, and enjoy the scenery. The leaves are starting to change color, and I highly encourage you guys to spend some time outdoors before winter sets in. And depending where you are, you might have 6 feet of snow, 4 feet of snow, or no snow at all. We do have snow, so we got to take advantage of the warm weather while we still have it. All right, so we got captured use. On to the next slide. Well, here's an example of American weapons being used by British and other allies. So the A denotes that these are American weapons. You see there the 50 cal, which is probably still being used today, not Canadian A. And that's under Alpha 25.35. You have a US built MMG, HMG, 50 cal HMG, and M2 60 millimeter mortar. And they first appeared for King and country, Croix de Guerre, and there's no captured penalties for using these weapons, which is interesting to note. Um, yeah. So I found that little thing, the jiggy, little a in parentheses, very interesting for some reason or another. Next slide. The Finns can use most Russian MGs without captured use penalties, with the exception of LMGs in 1939 and 50 cal HMGs, Alpha 25.75. Russians can use Finnish machine guns, which are denoted with a little r in brackets without captured use penalties. That's what I call CUP for short. And Germans may use Finnish colored PSKs, Panzerschrecks, and vice versa without captured use penalties. With that said, I'm afraid that's our, it's back to dark. That's my last slide for today. Um, and again, I hope you enjoyed this video. And where is my video capture? A second, guys. There it is. That's my short video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's relatively short, 11 minutes, but filled with useful information, and I hope it helps you out in your games. Um, we'll see what happens next. Lately, I've been busy with schoolwork in terms of being a parent delegate and part of the governing board, making sure I participate in the last 2 years of my son's high school education so he can enjoy a bright future, and not only for my child but for everybody else. That's what I've been up to. So if this video is short, please forgive me. But again, I'd like to thank all the viewers um, and all the subscribers that have supported the channel from the get-go, and as well as the more recent ladies and gentlemen that signed up. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your support. Take care and have a great week ahead.